Hey guys, this is Spider from Overwatch League Network doing a quick video on Brigitte, the new frontline support hero for Overwatch. So let's quickly jump in and take a look at all her abilities and then we'll go more in depth. Her trait is Inspire, it heals off the damage she does. Her primary attack is her Flail, it is a cleave attack. Her shift is a whip shot, it's a ranged knockback. Her E is a repair pack that heals and also creates armor. She can also shield bash when her shield is up. It's a short range stun. Her ult is called Rally and it generates armor for her team and herself. And finally, she does have a mini Rhine shield that I forgot to mention. Okay guys, let's get into the nitty gritty and talk about her trait and her primary and how they interact with one another. Her trait is Inspire. It's a 16 heal per second. Its range is about 20 meters. Now that heal is over 5 seconds, and it actually is pretty interesting in the way that it interacts with multiple hits because the heal does not stack based on how many times you hit. So if you hit 1 or 2 times, you actually still only get about the 80 HP healed over that 5 seconds. You can see in the video that when I actually hit 4 times, you still only get the 80 HP. It's not until I hit 5 times with the flail that the heal is actually extended and I actually get 120 healed. So there is a little bit of discrepancy in how much it is extended. On her alternate fire, she actually has a barrier that's similar to Reinhardt's shield, except that it's a lot smaller and only has 600 HP. On her E, she has a targeted heal called Repair Pack. It heals for 150 HP and will generate up to 75 armor if that target is at max health. Now it will mix and match, so if you're only missing 25 health, when you throw it out, you'll end up with 50 armor after the fact. The armor does fall off after 5 seconds. On her left shift, her skill Whip Shot is a 20 meter ranged knockback. The knockback is about 10 meters. It does 70 damage and is on a 6-second cooldown. Despite what you may have heard, there is no stun on this. While holding up her shield, you can click your primary to do a shield bash. It's a 50 damage, 1-second stun that lunges you forward about 5 meters and has a cooldown of 5 seconds. Taking all these abilities into consideration, she actually has a pretty cool combo that you can use some animation canceling to pull off. The combo is a shield bash into melee into whip shot. This totals for about 155 damage, and if you pull it off correctly, you can kill a tracer before the stun wears off. I'll demonstrate it here a few times just so you can see how it looks. Finally, her ultimate Rally generates 30 armor per second up to a maximum of 150 armor over your max HP. Brigitte also gains a movement speed increase, and the total ultimate lasts for 10 seconds. Now the armor does keep generating if you take damage, so it is a good way to keep your team in a fight. The armor also persists after the ultimate ends. Alright, now that the boring stuff and all the numbers are out of the way, let's get to some interesting interactions. Up first is Doomfist and his Rocket Punch. Now, if you can pull off a shield bash at the right time, you can prevent the knockback from the Rocket Punch. You still take the initial damage, and Doomfist doesn't take any damage or get stunned, but it is a nice way to prevent Brigitte from getting slammed into the wall. Next up is our mentor Reinhardt and his charge. Now you can actually stop the charge with Bash. Rhine takes the damage from Bash and Brigitte takes no damage, but she does get knocked straight up, which is kind of weird. It's also worth noting that Whip basically does nothing against charge, so don't try it. The next two interactions kind of contrast each other. First up is Winston. You can use your chain whip to kind of bat him around when he goes for a leap, preventing the damage from his jetpack. The other side of the coin is actually Diva. Now, if Diva rocket boosts into you, your whip actually does nothing as long as she's still actively using her boosters. So just keep in mind that while you can move Winston around, Diva is still going to come straight for you. Keeping with the airborne heroes, you can actually move Pharah around quite a bit with the chain whip. It is interesting to note that Pharah has to be in range, but if you can hit her, you can really displace her and throw her off. Another big question we had is how she interacts with Zarya. First up, she cannot lunge with Shield Bash out of grab, and all of her other interactions with Zarya's bubble are pretty much in line with everybody else's. If Zarya has her bubble up, she won't get stunned, she won't get knocked back, she won't take damage, and Brigitte's healing will not activate. Genji has a similar set of interactions with his deflect. As long as his deflect is up, he won't get hit with the knockback, he won't take any damage, and he also won't trigger Brigitte's healing. Finally, the one interaction everybody pretty much expected, Tracer's Pulse Bomb will stick to the shield if she hits the front, but it is pretty easy to lob it over the shield. So, you know, if you're playing Tracer, just try to get behind her or go for those sweet Kobe shots. So that pretty much wraps us up for Brigitte on her basic abilities and, you know, overall interactions. There were a couple we didn't get to test, like if Nano Boost from Ana or Discord affect her healing. Based off of how Moira plays, I doubt this will be the case. It seems like it's a flat rate. Now, it will, of course, increase her damage, but, you know, I'm more interested in the healing aspect of it. So, over time, you know, I plan on spending a lot of time with this character, and we'll definitely do some more testing. If you liked this video, hit that like button and leave us a comment. If you didn't like this video, leave us a comment and tell us why. Either way, hit that subscribe button and make Overwatch League Network your new home for pro Overwatch.